Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rant. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives. Holding these guys to a standard, man. And in this video, we're going to set the record straight on Joakim Noah. That's right, Joakim Noah. I saw some comments that he made on some podcast. Once again, I always tell you guys, these ex-NBA players love to make the rounds on these podcasts with these goofy guys asking these goofy questions. You know, like I said, asking them things that we really don't care about. And Joakim Noah, of course, they had to talk about LeBron James. And Joakim Noah said that LeBron James is dominating at 40 years old. He said it's crazy how he's still dominating in the league still. Dominating. LeBron James is dominating the league still, according to Joakim Noah. Dominating? Once again, man, these guys use this language, these words that don't make any sense, that don't add up. LeBron James is not dominating the damn thing. But Joakim Noah is saying that LeBron James is still dominating at 40 years old, and he's impressed. He doesn't understand how he's doing this because he can barely walk to the bathroom, he said. What's up with these guys, man? What's wrong with these fools? And we're going to talk about in this video. Because we all know that's a nonsensical statement, dominating. We're going to talk about it, guys. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, I am truly, truly humbled by all the support, man. It really means a lot. Like I said, you guys emailing me, sharing your stories with me, sharing your thoughts with me, sharing the information, sharing my videos, liking the videos. Much respect to all you guys out there. Anyone who donates to my channel, guys, like I said, I'm truly humbled. I know that money is hard to come by. Shout out to everybody in the membership. So thank you guys. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So yes, guys, like I said, man, we're going to talk about Joakim Noah, and we're going to set the record straight on this guy because I don't know what the hell he's talking about, man. And now listen, I got no problem with Joakim Noah, man. He was a very solid player, man. He was a good player when he played in the league. From the late 2000s into the 2010s, he was part of the Chicago Bulls team that was pretty formidable, and they probably would have been even greater if Derrick Rose did not get hurt after the 2011 season. But he was on that team with Luol Deng and guys like Kirk Heinrich, Ben Gordon, like I mentioned, Derrick Rose. You had those kinds of guys. They were coached by Tom Thibodeau, the current coach of the New York Knicks. Man, they were a very good team, the Chicago Bulls there. Like I said, if Derrick Rose doesn't get hurt, then who knows what the Bulls could have done. Would they have been a championship team? I'm not sure. But they were a very good defensive team. They were just a good overall team, like I said, with very good players. And Joakim Noah was the defensive anchor on that team, and he was a very good defensive player. Not a guy that's going to create a lot of steals or blocks, but just a guy who's going to play solid position defense. He's going to play great help defense. And like I said, he was one of those glue guys, those really good role players that you need on your team to be successful, man. He was a solid rebounder, not a great rebounder, but a solid rebounder. And like I said, he didn't have much of an offensive game. You guys see his jump shot was ugly as hell, that weird shot he had. But he'd give you maybe, 8 to 10 points, somewhere around the rim, hitting layups here and there and stuff like that. But he was a solid player. So this video is not about tearing down Joakim Noah as if who the hell is he or anything like that. But we must set the record straight on the words that he used to describe LeBron James and the way that he's playing in his 22nd season. Because this is what we've been alluding to. You guys remember last year, coming into the season, they were saying how LeBron James looks like he's 22 again. Oh, LeBron James looking like he's 22 out there, looking like he's 18 again. This is what they were saying at the beginning of last year, right? They were saying all these things. Even though LeBron James wasn't playing a lick of defense out there, not a lick. They were still trying to say that he looked like he was 21, 22 years old. He looked young again. And then as the season went on, all of a sudden we started hearing LeBron James has no help. They got to trade this guy. They got to trade that guy. The Lakers are fighting for a play-in spot. And all of a sudden, all that, he looks 22 again. You don't hear these kinds of things, right? Then they start talking about, oh, what do you expect from LeBron James? He's 39 years old. What can LeBron James do? He's 39. Then you started hearing that talk, right? And there's a typical scenario for LeBron James. The season will start off however it starts off, and then halfway through the season, we'll hear that he needs more help. They got to trade this guy. They need this free agent, all of these things, right? The coach has got to get fired. Whatever the case may be, it's the same cycle every season, no matter what. And that's why I said this year is different. He's in a lose-lose scenario. because Anthony Davis is clearly the best player on the team. He's clearly been the best player on the team. But ESPN wants you to believe that he's still a top 10 player in the league and that he's better than Anthony Davis. And Joakim Noah is going to say the same thing, I'm sure. Because he's saying on this podcast that LeBron James is still dominating the NBA at 40 years old. And that he's impressed and he doesn't understand how LeBron James can still be dominating at this age because he can barely walk to the bathroom. That was the wording that he used. I can barely walk to the bathroom, and this guy's dominating the NBA still. Now, one thing that we have to say and mention and touch on is these comments that these players you make, that you hear professional athletes make, when they say something like, I can barely walk to the bathroom, but LeBron James is dominating still. That's a corny statement if I've ever heard one. Joakim Noah, I believe, is 40 years old. 40 years old, or he's going to be 40 years old. I'm 44, guys. So I don't understand how Joakim Noah could talk about I can barely walk to the bathroom like he lived some hard life. Dude, you played basketball for not even, half of your life? And you're talking about I can't walk to the bathroom as if you were in some crazy war and you got your leg blown off, or you had some crazy, gruesome injury because you were an MMA fighter or something like that. You know, like I said, or you spent 40 years of your life working some hard construction or manual labor job where you were banging your knees around and you had to crunch down and squat down into weird positions your entire life. So now your knees are all jacked up. You can't walk to the bathroom because you spent most of your adult life working a hard 9-to-5 everyday job. These guys talk about, I can't barely walk to the bathroom. Why? Because you played in the NBA for 10 years? Because you played basketball for half of your life? When you guys, once again, you're not playing in a physical era. You have all the advantages of medicine and all the stuff that you guys have at your fingertips because of the amount of money that you make and the people that you are. You're celebrities, essentially. You're famous. You can get whatever you want. But you still want to try to make it seem like you guys are in such bad shape because we're professional athletes. My body is so beat, I can't walk to the bathroom. You're 40 years old and you have a hard time walking to the bathroom. I really find that hard to believe. Once again, they're being hyperbolic to make it seem as if what LeBron James is doing in year 22, about to be 40 years old, is crazy because he's dominating. And that's the problem here for Joakim Noah, and I have a problem with what he says. Because once again, you're trying to make it seem like what LeBron James is doing is so impressive because he's dominating the league at that age. Once again, for Joakim Noah, maybe you don't know, LeBron James hasn't made an all-defensive team in his 30s. Not since he turned 40. In his 30s. This man is not giving max effort on the defensive end. He hasn't been consistent on the defensive end in 10 seasons, but Joakim Noah wants you to think he's dominating the NBA still? Dominating? Really? LeBron James hasn't won an MVP in his 30s. Not since he turned 40. In his 30s. No MVP awards for LeBron James. Been playing in the NBA all these seasons. But Joakim Noah is saying he's dominating the league. The man hasn't won an MVP in 10 seasons, but he's dominating the league? If he was dominating the league, wouldn't the man have won at least one MVP over the last 10 years? Never did. Not even in his 30s. But Joakim Noah wants you to be impressed with LeBron James still playing basketball at age 40. Because that's the dynamic here. That's the difference that these guys never say. These are the key wordings that they won't use. LeBron James is playing basketball at age 40 in year 22. He's playing. He's on a roster. He ain't dominating a damn thing, though. Not a damn thing. Once again, LeBron James is not even the best player on his team. But Joakim Noah is saying he's still dominating the league. Dominating what? He might be dominating the headlines because ESPN always wants to talk about the Lakers and LeBron James every year, no matter where they are in the standings. You have all these up-and-coming talent, all these up-and-coming teams. ESPN's focused on the Lakers every year. Nobody wants to talk about the Lakers. Why are they not talking about OKC Thunder with the young talent they have on that team? Why won't they promote the Minnesota Timberwolves? Or the Denver Nuggets after they won the championship. They won't promote these teams. They won't promote the Dallas Mavericks. They won't promote the young talent on the Orlando Magic with Paolo Banchero and the Wagner brothers. Some of these other young talent that they have. They won't promote the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are undefeated in the season so far, with some of the young talent that they have around Donovan Mitchell. They won't talk about any of these teams that are up and coming. How about the Golden State Warriors and the fact that Steph Curry's been out for the last several games and the Warriors are still continuing to win without him? There's no Klay Thompson, no Steph Curry. The Warriors are one of the top defensive teams. 6 games, 7 games into the season. It's a young season. But these are things that they should be focused on every single year, but they're not. They're talking about the Lakers every year. So once again, this is what we're alluding to on these channels when we talk about ESPN and how they promote these players and how they promote LeBron James, even though it's not valid. They should be promoting Anthony Davis. If anything, they should be saying Anthony Davis needs more help, but they won't do that. If the Lakers struggle at all this season, they'll blame Anthony Davis and the other players, and they'll say LeBron James needs more help out there. What can he do? He's 40 years old. He's in year 22. But we could have said it about LeBron James for the last 10 seasons. The man's not doing anything on defense in his 30s. Not playing any defense, not even getting back, not hustling, not giving the effort. Hasn't won an MVP in his 30s, LeBron James. And why is that? Because you're not galvanizing the team around you. You're not impacting the games like that. Your team is not dominating the win column. These teams are struggling to win games. They're fighting for play-in spots. They flounder around and they underachieve LeBron James teams. Go look at the expectations coming into the season for LeBron James teams, and then look at the results at the end of the year. The win-loss record, where they end up, they underachieve every year. And this is why people lose faith in LeBron James as the postseason comes around, and LeBron James fans will disguise it as, oh, he's not the favorite. He's the underdog because his team does good. No, he's not the favorite because of him, because of LeBron James. Remember that. That has to do with him. If he was so great, if he was the greatest of all time, he was so skilled and could dominate XYZ, then why would he not be the favorite more often? They're trying to make it about his team. Oh, his team wasn't good enough. He was going against greater teams. That has nothing to do with it. It has to do with LeBron James and how his teams underachieve every single year going into the playoffs. But for preseason odds, LeBron James team is the favorite. Every year they're the favorite in the preseason odds. And that's where it exposes LeBron James and his underachieving, his inconsistent play for him and his teammates, guys. These are the facts. But Joakim Noah is going to come on a podcast and talk about LeBron James is dominating still. I would love for him to elaborate. Dominate what? What is he dominating? Where is he dominating? What aspect of the game is LeBron James dominating still, or has been dominating over the last 10 seasons? He hasn't led the league in a scoring. I believe he has what? He led the league in assists one time. One time he led the league in assists in that bubble season. Not impressed. No one's impressed. So what is he dominating? Dominating rebounds? No. How about the leadership of LeBron James? Joakim Noah won't talk about LeBron James' lack of leadership. He won't talk about the fact that he's walked off the court early more often in the last 5 seasons alone than all the other great players in their entire careers combined. He won't talk about that, though. Is that dominating? How often he's walked off the court early, not being a true professional, not being a true competitor? Joakim Noah won't talk about that. He said LeBron James is dominating still. I can barely walk to the bathroom. Why can you barely walk to the bathroom, Joakim Noah? You're not taking care of yourself? What's wrong with you? I don't get these statements from these guys. I can barely walk to the bathroom. Dude, you're 40 years old, man. You might want to go get that checked out. Something's wrong with you then. You're not keeping yourself in shape. You're not maintaining yourself. You're not staying up with your stuff. 40 years old, you can barely walk to the bathroom. It's a red flag, Joakim Noah. Something's wrong with you, dude. You played basketball your life, man. You didn't work no hard job like that. Stop it right now. I don't want to hear about these professional athletes talking about, oh, man, I can't even get out of bed in the morning, but LeBron James still dominating. I can't get off the toilet bowl, but LeBron James still You guys sound ridiculous, man. All you're doing is exposing yourself. You guys were professional athletes once, but now you can't walk to the bathroom a couple years after you retire? What are you doing? So weird, man, these statements, because they're making these statements, once again, to hype up LeBron James at this age. Oh, I could barely walk at 40, and LeBron James is still slam dunking and running up and down the court. Joakim Noah won't talk anything about why. He won't talk about the suspicion swirling around LeBron James and the accusations surrounding why he's able to still be playing. They won't mention this stuff. They just contribute to what? What are they contributed to? And LeBron James' work ethic? He works so hard that he's still able to play, but he's not doing anything on the court. He's literally standing around on defense. Joakim Noah won't call him out. Dude, you were known as a defender. Joakim Noah was known as a defensive player. That was his specialty. To rebound, play defense, set screens, things of that nature. But you won't call out LeBron James' lack of defense, his lack of effort or hustle on the defensive end? You're going to use the word dominating at this point of his career. Once again, they've excused LeBron James. They've lowered the standard and lowered the bar for LeBron James. He don't have to play defense at this point of his career. Say, he don't even have to play defense since he's been 30. It's okay. They won't call out LeBron James. They won't hold him to that standard. No. They'll just talk about LeBron James' numbers. The numbers that he's able to put up because he's resting on defense, not doing anything, standing around crying about fouls. Joakim Noah won't talk about that. And how LeBron James stands around crying for foul calls, even though his team gets all the foul calls. Joakim Noah won't mention that. So Joakim Noah, like I said, it's not a beef video to tear him down. But you sound like ridiculous. You sound like a complete goof when you use the word dominating with LeBron James at this point of his career, when he's clearly not the best player on his team. He clearly does not play any defense like that consistently. He clearly load manages. He ain't playing all the games, sitting out games, ducking certain teams. Has no leadership. Literally not leading his team anywhere. But Joakim Noah says he's dominating. Dominating. Traveling up and down the court, carrying the ball, using your off arm is dominating. Not making any all defensive teams in 10 seasons. Not winning an MVP in over 10 seasons. Not winning a real championship in damn near 10 seasons. Never won a championship without a super team. But LeBron James is dominating the NBA. Still dominating. So he's better than Jason Tatum. He's better than Giannis. He's better than Nikola Jokic. He's better than Luka Doncic. He's better than Kevin Durant and Steph Curry right now. He's better than all these guys in the NBA. SGA. He's better than all these players. He's dominating them. Dominating what? The man leads the league in nothing. He wins nothing. He makes some all-NBA third selection, some cheesy all-NBA third selection that they give him. Once again, I told you, let me know when LeBron James plays all 82 games, or let me know when LeBron James can play 75 games and play 10 less minutes and make an all-defensive team. Can he do that? Can you give more effort on the defensive end, LeBron James? Could you stop crying for free throws and fouls when your team is a plus 70? When you're on pace to be a plus 900? What are you complaining and crying about? You look like a complete idiot. It's embarrassing. It's not honorable. It's classless. And Joakim Noah, you sound like an incomplete idiot when you say LeBron James is still dominating at 40 years old in year 22. LeBron James hasn't dominated in a long time. LeBron James should have retired a long time ago. But he's still playing by standing around on defense and not giving the effort, pumping the chemicals, load managing over the last 10 years. He's been load managing. Joakim Noah won't talk about all the games he's missed over the last 10 seasons. They won't talk about this, though. How many games he missed in LA? That's domination. Now winning an MVP in 10 seasons, domination. Now making an all-defensive team in 10 seasons, domination. Leading the league in one thing in the last 10 seasons is domination. Not even making an NBA Finals out of a bubble. That's domination. He's not even the best player on his team. Joakim Noah won't say that, won't admit that. Say he's dominating. No, Anthony Davis is dominating. The best two-way player in the league. LeBron James, what's he doing? Nothing. Out there collecting fake stats that aren't impacting winning, arguing and crying and flopping around the court like a little baby, walking off the court early when things don't go right, blaming his teammates, never taking responsibility or accountability, but he's dominating the league, according to Joakim Noah. Once again, please, guys, stop going on these podcasts. And these podcast guys, these people who have these podcasts, how do these guys get these professional athletes? These goofballs interviewing these guys. Where are these fools coming from? Stop going on these podcasts. Stop asking these guys dumb questions. Nobody wants to hear about LeBron James. Dominating. These guys are corny, man. Everyone's got a reason to make up a narrative. These guys can't even be honest. How can you actually say with a straight face that LeBron James still dominating? Come on, man. Stop it. Dude ain't been to a legit final since 2016. Or, 2018. That's a long time ago. And he hasn't won a legit finals ever. He's never won an actual finals without a super team. In that 2016 championship he won, guys are suspended. I love how the LeBron James fans love to talk about injuries on LeBron James teams, but they never have the energy for the injuries on the other teams that he plays against in his career. All the injuries on the 2020 Miami Heat, he got no energy to talk about those things. All the injuries for the 2016 Warriors, they don't want to talk about those things. You guys know the deal, man. Joakim Noah, you sound crazy, man. LeBron James ain't dominating NBA in a long, long time. Stop lying, man. Guys, like I said, straight lies and narratives, man. Trying to rewrite their history and bend reality. And we got to set the record straight. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.